Words of the Spirit 9:28-24. Released by love. I speak unto you this day, and I say that it is me, the living God, who desires that people everywhere would be released by love. That is the divine river of love that I desire for all of those who want change in their lives. These are times when hate is abounding as people are in continual upheavals, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Because of the dark forces that have taken people into captivity and bondage, they are desperately needy to be released from the prison houses they are bound in. Multitudes are bound in resentment, jealousy, envy, division, and strife. There are others who are in captivity to rebellion, mistrust, hatred, anger, rage, violence, and murder. Some are imprisoned to fears of every kind. All of these forces are binding people in these times of degradation and abomination. All of these forces that are binding people in these times of degradation and abomination can only be banished when people are released by love. It is solely in me that true love is found, and far too many look only for love in other people. They do not turn to me. More often than not, these love affairs turn sour, and people are hurt, rejected, and damaged by these unhealthy relationships that do not do anything except bring more pain. I do not want people to be continually in pain. I want them to be found in the release given through my love. Those who have found what it is to be released by love are meant to be giving testimony of freedom, for there are endless multitudes who are bound and in captivity to various forms of slavery. It is me, the living God, who wants for people to be opened up and delivered from the chains that hold them in captivity and slavery. There are endless multitudes in these times who are in bondage to attitudes that are harmful to them, body, soul, and spirit. Because of these attitudes, they fall into traps whereby the evil one and his demons cause them to partake of the remedies offered to them, which are sinful habits and dispositions of self-pity that cause suffering, rejection, and resentment. Because I am the God of compassion and mercy, I sent to humanity my Son Jesus, who suffered in all points, and by his willingness to do so, made the way for all people to experience divine deliverance. This deliverance from whatever their chains are brings them into the flow of my divine river of love. In that love flow, people will and do experience the release that makes them free and cleanses them of the filthiness of sin. Stop and consider in these times of tension, threatening, and terror how many are bound up and ready to explode. Consider how many are desperately needy of being released, that they do not become the instruments whereby the devil uses them for destruction to themselves and others. If you look at those who have gone on killing sprees and murdered innocent victims, and even end up killing them, what is the reason? The reason is that they become possessed by demons and follow directives of destruction, ending in death and their own damnation. How tragic that many of these mass murderers are young people who are living under the control of demons who direct them into insane actions that are so senseless and take the lives of innocent victims as well as themselves. It is not my intention for people to be found in such personal and impersonal positions in their lives, that the only release they give way to is to the commands and demands of demons. I do not find pleasure in the disharmony that has erupted throughout the world in these times, because so many who should lead in wisdom are leading in stupidity and self-centered lust for power and riches. I am allowing to be made manifest in these times the end of such ones as they grow more and more deranged and disoriented by their own choices. Nonetheless, it is my preference for humanity that they would come into the release that I offer and know the love that I desire for them to live under. My intention is not for men, women, and children to live in such disharmony with me, my son, my spirit, and people, that they do nothing but destroy because of hatred fed into them by demonic coverings. Truly, what the world needs so desperately in these times is for all dams to be broken and the water of the divine river of love to be washing them from the prisons of hatred and discord that are holding them in filthiness. Be aware that if people truly experience being released by love, they will want to spread the good news. Those who have known darkness and stumble continually in the same, then come into the light, will see how really ugly they have been in the darkness. The ones who want to be delivered will welcome the light and not refuse the changes that I want for them. In fact, they will be so glad to be released that they will be as the one leper who returned to give thanks for his deliverance. Those who come into release will not cease to give me thanks and praise. They have been redeemed and released from the bondage of sin, darkness, and the wicked rule of the evil one and his demons. Therefore, be examples of people who are released by love and are allowing the love to flow through them to others who are imprisoned and held in bondage. This day cast away and refuse all spirits that want you to be bitter, hate-filled, and ugly, and rejoice in the beauty and the peace that come of being released.